Hey, one quick note. Madison Cawthorn, thankfully, as one of the most radical members of Congress to be elected in 2020, was defeated in a Republican primary. Good. He'll be leaving on January, whatever the date is, 2023, when the new Congress is inaugurated. Except it appears that he has already left. There's a very interesting report from the Citizen Times. Madison Cawthorn vacates offices before end of term. Constituents' calls go unanswered. He has stopped working. Madison Cawthorn is no longer working. He's still an elected official. He's still a member of Congress. He isn't working anymore. And this is just really instructive about what happens when you vote for these people. None of these people want to work. This is the exact same story as what we saw with Donald Trump. During the campaign over the summer in 2020, Trump, by many reports, had essentially stopped all presidential duties. He wasn't receiving the presidential daily briefing. Even when he was receiving it, he wasn't really paying attention, but he wasn't even ostensibly receiving it. And then in the period between the November 2020 election and when Trump ultimately left the White House, he wasn't doing any work. These people don't actually want to work. They don't want to work. Madison Cawthorn has just left. He has abandoned the job that, quite frankly, he was never actually interested in doing. It was sort of like college, right? He thought this sounds kind of cool, but he didn't actually want to do the stuff that's required. People around him were a little bit creeped out. He did a terrible job, messed up a bunch of stuff, and then ended up kind of going back home to live with his family. They're not really sending their best. And this is just another example where, again, I would say to you, to Republicans, are you so committed to the party that you would quite literally rather a guy who goes home instead of doing the job than a Democrat who cares? And I know the answer. For many of them, the answer is yes. It's that simple. And for many of them, especially the ones who say our elected officials shouldn't even be doing that much, it's extra exciting to see a guy go, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going home, because they don't want government doing stuff. So as insane as this is, you will find defenders of Madison Cawthorn who will say, I think it's good. He doesn't need to be there voting on all sorts of stuff that government shouldn't even be involved in. He has abandoned his job. We'll have all of the clips from all of these segments on our Instagram, which you can find at David Pakman Show. We're going to take the shortest of breaks, and then the show continues.